I have never owned a business. This is my first one, my first crack at it. So hopefully I do well. This is my primary income actually, because as of Friday I got canned, and so yeah. So I'm diving in 100% on this. So
It really just started. I was driving past an abandoned movie theater and I thought, hey, it'd be cool to own a movie theater. And Jason had been in an arcade and thought, hey, it'd be cool to have an arcade. And we just combined ideas and ran from that. So we got started that night. It was in, I think, December of last year, maybe January. Then a few months later, we got together and talked about it a little more seriously. He was really into the idea. I was too at the time. We did a Kickstarter video type of thing soon thereafter over a Memorial Day weekend. Begging for money essentially on the Kickstarter. But we did this video when we had the DeLorean car, Back to the Future. Anyway, so we got started that way. It was mostly just ideas and concepts and what ifs and ideals.
Hello, my name is Jason,
And I'm Eric.
and we're asking you to participate in bringing a one-of-a-kind business to the Kansas City area.
the risk actually in this venture, we're very fortunate because we only have this for 6 months. The lease runs out in 6 months. It's a sublease. So what we thought, okay, let's really hustle and just make it work in say 3 or 4 months, and then that'll give us an insight as to if we can support this long term. The former owner, the company was profitable. So that's another thing that kind of minimized the risk. I saw all of the financials, and he was making money. He just he's just at a different stage in his life. He's been working it for several years. He just had a baby. He just wants a more stable life. While I've had that life and want something different. So it was just kind of an easy transition there. He wanted out. I wanted in.
Take it easy. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get in the car. We'll take a ride and talk about it some more.
Eric and I were in high school together. He was a junior, I was a senior. And we didn't really hang out. We knew of each other a little bit in high school, but we really started hanging out after high school, and we used to go see tons and tons of movies and just stay up till 3 in the morning at Perkins, just drinking coffee and talking about movies and being pretentious little teenagers because there was nothing fun to do. Had this place existed back then, we would have been here. So that's kind of another reason why we wanted to start this, is for those kids that have nowhere to go. Like, bars aren't that fun for them, and traditional movie theaters aren't that fun. This is that place for those kids. So
When it actually came to fruition, sort of when we got the offer to have Screenland, my role started to become minimized. I wasn't able to be around as much as Jason was. I was working quite a bit at the time. And so Jason did all of the business things, the hard things, the licenses, meeting people, schmoozing with people, getting people behind us. I was just still ideas. That's all it was for me. And that's all it has ever been.
So here we are. We'll go check out the place.
I was skeptical of the idea since we started. I'm in just nature. I'm an engineer. I'm just skeptical anyway of all things. Everything has to be proven to me. I need it in black and white with probability and error factors. I need graphs and data to do anything that I do. So I've always been very skeptical. I honestly had no idea. I thought by this time we would still be looking and thinking about it and coming up with ideas. But when we actually got it, it was just like, whoa, here it is. So even then, even up till today, when we're sitting in the movie theater and it's existing, I'm still very skeptical of it.
Yeah, we've got to make this happen.
Well, we should definitely make that happen.
getting canned or fired, I actually strategically organized that because I could see this thing becoming bigger and bigger. The biggest feature that everybody's really excited about is the arcade, though. Tons of classics from the early to mid 80s. Yeah, fun stuff. Everybody's really excited.
I think that it was very, very risky, but it was something he felt he needed to do, so he did it. There wouldn't be small businesses in the world if people didn't have that kind of risk-taking ability that I don't have. I can't do risk. I'm an engineer. I need, like I said, I need proof. People like him need to exist for places like Screenland to exist. There needs people who are willing to jump, and I'm not a jumper. The reason I got out was that I don't have the time to be here. This is not a side gig. I thought it was going to be a hobby, just kind of a side gig kind of thing. You need to be here a lot, and I just don't have the time to do that the way Jason does. Also, there's a lot of people things I'm not very good at. I can't go out there and shake hands and grin. I'm not good at that at all. It's not because I don't want to do it. I physically am unable to do so without looking creepy or weird.
Coming back in.
I felt like it was time for me to step aside and let him do his thing, and also make enough money for him to sustain his family. He has a wife and a kid. So those were my main reasons to stepping aside.
How did I feel about Eric dropping out? Actually, that was great timing. I was harboring a lot of resentment during the startup because there was a lot of stress and pressure on me, and I was, paying a lot of, reaching into my own pocket to pay for things, and he wasn't really there to help out with that. Eric had kind of sensed that, and he came up and just said, look, it's not fair that I have ownership because, he told me, he's like, you did all the work and you put it together, and you should get paid. So he's like, and so that was really comforting, because I didn't have to blow up on him and you know what I mean, and have that conversation, because we probably wouldn't have been friends,
I hope this place works out. I think that it could. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort and some luck and a lot of trial and error. But I think that it could. I hope it does, for everybody's sake, that it does well. But it's going to take a lot of work.
How goes it? Thanks, Agent. How goes it?
Good, how are you?
Good.